My partner cheats. Is it my fault? I've had the privilege of working with good men and women from all over the world who were really serious about rebuilding their relationship after cheating had occurred. And unfortunately, many times, the person that was cheated on has to deal with all sorts of wide range of emotions, from guilt to anger to resentment and also doubt. And so what I've had to wrestle with over the years is helping them answer this question. Was it my fault that my partner cheated on you? And many times it's women who are asking these questions. Am I the reason why the man that I love cheats on me? And so I wanted to explore this in depth here in order to share some of the insights that I've learned, and also to hear from you, to learn from your experience, so that we can continue to explore this very important topic. Now, first and foremost, what must be said is that it is never wise to blame the victim. And if you were cheated on here, you are the victim. Because ultimately, there is a commitment that is made between two parties. And going outside of the relationship to fulfill a certain need is inappropriate. It is not okay. And if your partner is trying to tell you otherwise, that is a big red flag. If your partner is trying to tell you that it is your fault that they've cheated, you need to take a step back and really reassess the validity and the value in pursuing this relationship or this marriage. Having said all that, it's important to know that everyone is responsible for their own actions, right? So your significant other is responsible for what they did, for their transgressions. Even if you weren't perfect, even if you pushed them away, even if your relationship had serious issues, even if it lacked intimacy, ultimately, there are healthier ways to cope and to deal with relationship issues rather than going outside of the relationship. And so there is no excuse for cheating. No excuse. But having said that, it doesn't mean that one cannot respect someone who is willing to put in the work to make things right. Because we all make mistakes. Of course, some mistakes are worse than others. But I think that it takes tremendous courage to own up to your mistake, to recognize what you did, and to be willing to put in the work to rebuild trust and to give your significant other the love, the consideration, and the respect that you should have given them throughout the relationship. So it's going to be very important in order to do so, to make sure that communication, understanding, and consultation is in place. And you should really never enable a man or a woman to get away with this as if it was okay. What we need to do is to be able to create the conditions for our partner to express their needs, their frustrations, to make sure that we can grow together, we can learn from the mistakes that are made, and to ensure that we will never repeat that same mistake again. So, again, mistakes happen, but what I look for is one's ability to learn from those mistakes in order to continue to nurture love over time, and in order for forgiveness to mean something. Otherwise, you're just setting yourself up to be hurt again. When someone has a pattern of transgressions, then it's no longer a mistake. And if you are with someone, specifically a man, who is cheating on you repeatedly over time, then you must take a step back and again understand that something is wrong here. And you should not feel like it is necessarily your fault. It is their responsibility. They are responsible for their actions. Why is the next question. Why am I cheated on? Why are they doing this to me if it is not my fault? Sometimes it's linked to their upbringing, to his upbringing, or to trauma from previous relationships. Sometimes when people are hurt, they hurt those that they love. Sometimes when a certain pattern of behavior has been modeled, we have a tendency to repeat that pattern of behavior, even though we suffered from it, even though we know that it is wrong and that it is hurtful. Perhaps it's because of the environment and culture that this person is in. Our environment shapes us. Our culture shapes us. And there are all sorts of toxic traits, sometimes toxic masculine traits, toxic behaviors that lead us to accept certain behaviors as okay or normal or even praiseworthy, when in reality, they're everything but that. They're not acceptable. And perhaps you also need to draw strong boundaries to make sure that you ensure not to get hurt again, that this person is not given a free pass to repeat this type of behavior. So ultimately, there needs to be consequences for cheating. Otherwise, it's called enabling. And finding that middle ground between keeping them accountable and also not breaking the path towards a new and improved relationship can be tricky. And that's why I have created an in-depth video about 11 strategies to repair your relationship after someone cheats. This video is accessible in the link below. In this video, you're going to discover proven actions that couples have used to survive and recover from cheating. And I really encourage you to not only watch this video, but to immediately apply what you learn, to immediately take action if you are serious about trying to make it work with this person that you love. It is free, it is in depth, it is profound, and it is based on real life experiences that I've had helping couples thrive and rebuild after an act of infidelity. You need to make sure that this person is being truthful and honest about making things right. Not just telling you what you want to hear, and not just saying things over a short period of time because they feel guilty or because they feel remorse, but that they are living out this honesty and this truth through action over time. There's no point in getting frustrated, irritated, and asking them to prove right away that they mean it. Be willing to work on yourself, to take a step back, and to let them prove to you that they are really worthy of your love and that they can be trusted again. Ultimately, you need to see a change in their behavior and in the choices that they make. And you need to see what environment they choose to put themselves in. This reminds me of the story of an amazing woman in California that reached out to me after her husband had cheated on her, unfortunately, repeatedly. I think he was going through a midlife crisis, his behavior had completely shifted, and someone that was so loving and kind and genuine was willing to throw 25 years of common life away. And she was so strong in her resolve and her commitment to make things right, to forgive, to see the best in him, but also to not just take him back at all costs. She was not going to compromise her values. This woman was really, really grounded in her values. And that enabled him to arise to the challenge, to not lose his wife. And it took a period of 6 weeks, but with support, guidance, and a plan, their relationship completely was transformed by this. And he became more loving, more committed, and more appreciative of what they had built than he had previously. And this is what I want for you as well. Ultimately, if someone cheats and there are no consequences, and it happens again, you can blame yourself. Then you can say it is your fault. But if you value yourself, and if you force the person that loves you to also value you, it is never your fault. It becomes their shortcoming. So, I've shared with you my insights from the field, working with good men and women all over the world who were grappling with infidelity. Now I'm eager to hear from you. Please, what do you think? What has your experience taught you? Is it ever the fault of the person who is being cheated on? And if so, when? Please enlighten us in the comment section so that we can learn from this experience. Again, if you want to take it the next step, please check out my videos, 11 strategies to repair your relationship when someone cheats. And know that we also have free trainings that I do to give you more support. And you can sign up for our next free training if you would like to spend more time together exploring these concepts to make sure that you rebuild your confidence and your sense of well-being. Again, it is my pleasure and my honor to play my part in helping you to stay happily committed. Until next time, take good care and stay strong.